Hey guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves, okay, Sunday Mailbox Monday for the weekend of July 18th. I did get, actually, it's for the last 3 weeks. I haven't done this video for a while. I did get, there's quite a few books. I'll try to go through them fairly rapidly. The first one I did get is for review, and that's The Heartbeat Thief by A.J. Crafton. This is supposed to be a new adult novel. It sounds like a Victorian steampunk type of book. And based on the synopsis, it sounds like something I would really like. It is already released. It came out the end of June. So I look forward to reading that. Alright, then I did buy a few books, mostly graphic novels. The first one I bought is, I got these because I've been having a really hard time finding the trade paperback of Oko 3 for a reasonable price. It's usually between $50 to $80. So I did find on eBay the actual individual issues of Oko Volume 3, The Cycle of Air, or Book 4, sorry, The Cycle of Air. So I got these. Yeah, it's Book 3. So these are the individual issues in very nice condition of Oko, The Cycle of Air. I had books 1, 2, and 4, but for some reason book 3 is out of print and is very hard to get. So I was able to get the trade paperback of it. And this is like a fantasy graphic novel set in a very like Japanese like world. Alright, the other book I got from Half Price Books is book 1 of The Tower Chronicles by Matt Wagner and Simon Bisley. This is obviously a fantasy graphic novel. Look kind of like horror fantasy, you know. So I like the drawing in it, and so I was excited to give that a read, and it was a pretty good deal at Half Price Books. Sorry, I just jiggled the camera. The other one I found at Half Price Books is Zandiva by Yoshitaka Amano. I am a huge fan of Yoshitaka Amano's illustration. I read, he did the original Final Fantasy like artwork for their pamphlets and stuff way back when. And he also did the covers and some artwork for the Vampire Hunter D series, which I read for quite a while. This is a very big size book. It tells a story, again, fantasy novel. It has a lot of his artwork throughout. So I was very excited to find it for a very good deal at Half Price Books. It is a used copy, but it's in very, very good condition. So I was excited about that. And then the last book I bought more for my son, but I will also be reading it. And that is the 7th book in the Wings of Fire series, Winter Turning by Tui Sutherland. I always feel like I said her name wrong. Anyways, this is a very popular middle grade fantasy series about dragons. It reminds me a lot of Aaron Hunter's, the series with the cats and stuff. I just totally forgot the name of it. The Warrior series. So I'm excited to read that as well. I did swap one book this week through Paperback Swap. That is The Joy of Chemistry by Kathy Cobb and Mati Fedorov. It's the amazing science of familiar things. So this book is supposed to go through familiar everyday things and tell you the chemistry and science behind how they work. It's one I've had on my wish list on Paperback Swap for a while. And it goes things for like chemical partners. Who does what to whom? Or what's another one? Another chapter in here. You know, strength in numbers, whatever. It tries to relate more complex chemical theories to everyday life. Alright, then I did get 4 books from the library. Some of these I got from the library for it, never got to read them. So the first one I got from the library is Dark Debt by Chloe Neal. This is the Chicagoland Vampires novel. These are urban fantasies that take place in Chicago. I did get this quite a while ago from the library, and I actually ended up not having time to read it because we were trying to move everything out of our house, and I just didn't have time. So that's one. The other one I got. Hi. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
What book are you reading right now, buddy?
Wings of Fire.
The Winter Turning?
Mm.
How do you like it?
It's good.
Okay. All right. Bye. Okay, so the next one I did get is from the library is the next book in the Gunslinger graphic novel series, The Battle of Tull. I believe this is book 8 or 9 in that series. There's 11 books in it. You can go do something else. I'll check in a second, okay? In the morning, my son does a page of homework in the summer, and he brings it in for me to check, and so that's why he's... So again, I've really enjoyed the detailed and full color illustration in these books, and they're very dark fantasy graphic novels. I'm looking forward to reading that one. Next one I got from the library is one that I again got a few weeks ago, but did not have time to read before it had to be returned, and that was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I will be reading this shortly. I'm very excited to read this, and hopefully we'll finally have time. So that's the next one that I got. And the final book I got this week is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book in the Remnant Chronicles. I will actually probably start reading this today. I really love The Kiss of Deception, the first book. These are very like steampunky mystery kind of things, and I really enjoyed them. They're young adult steampunk novels, and I've been just really digging the steampunk stuff lately. It's a genre that I enjoy a lot. So that's what I got this week. You know, quite a few books. I should say over the last 3 weeks, not this week. That's it for that. Quick house update. Selling our house has been pretty much hell. As I mentioned in my last video, we got an offer in 2 days, which was great. The buyers wanted to close in like 4 weeks, and we're like, okay, that's pretty typical. We had all these lien problems with mysterious phantom lien that Wells Fargo thought we had, but then they couldn't tell us what the loan number was and all this stuff. We busted our butts, got that resolved the day before our closing. Then got a call literally an hour before the closing. I'm like getting in my car to leave work and drive to the closing. You're not closing. Why not? Oh, well, you know, the loan company did a final review of the buyer's loan, and at the last minute found out there's something else that's wrong with it, and they need to send it back to underwriting. Okay, fine. But you know what? It's Tuesday. We'll be closing by Friday, no problem. Friday comes. Well, you know, the buyer needs to put 50 grand more down because he has discrepancies in his employment history, and so now he needs 48 hours to wire the money, but we'll have it, you know, have it by Friday. No big deal. We get to Friday. Get all ready to leave work to go to the closing. No closing. So you're like, oh, okay, what's going on now? Well, you know, they need 48 hours to wire the money, and now they need 72 hours for underwriting to do it. So we'll be closing on Tuesday. Definitely, we'll be closing on Tuesday. No problems. Get to Tuesday. Well, underwriting isn't going to have it done by Tuesday. They think for sure you'll be done by Thursday. We got to push it back by Thursday. So every time this happens, we have to write another addendum to the purchase agreement that says, okay, yeah, we understand that there's some complications with financing and the buyer needs to move back, whatever. I leave work early, we rearrange everything so somebody can pick up my son. I have to recall utilities and make sure they're reinstated, and you know, that they can come out and read meters on Thursday. And this happens every time we reschedule the closing. Get Thursday. Nope, we're not closing. Because in addition to having to go through underwriting, it's out of underwriting now, but now they're going to sell off his loan right away. So now they need to send it to risk management for a different loan company. It needs to be approved, and that's going to be in our 72 hours. So now we'd like to extend it again, and it's going to be this is this Thursday I'm talking about, so yesterday. It's going to be, we'll close sometime next week. So at this point, this closing has been delayed about 3 weeks at the end of all this. We were supposed to originally close June 30th, and now they're talking maybe sometime next week. Every time we have to redo an addendum. Very frustrating. So we're finally kind of getting pissed off about it because we feel like maybe the buyer isn't taking things very seriously at this point. And, you know, our house sold in 2 days. And so last week we ended up putting it back on the market with a comment that we have an offer, but we're accepting secondary offers or offers, you know, that we can take if this offer falls through. On this latest addendum, we basically said, we need to close by next Tuesday, or you need to pay us $5,000 non-refundable earnest money. And if we don't close next Tuesday, we have an option to completely back out of the purchase agreement. Because apparently the buyer and the seller both have to agree to back out of the purchase agreement, even though by not making the closing date again, the buyer is basically voiding the purchase agreement. Both parties have to agree it's canceled. And the buyer can basically say, no, it's not canceled. I'm still working on financing, even though they've been working on financing for 3 weeks. So all that rant aside, we have still not closed on our house. And I'm getting pretty upset about it because we're supposed to move into our new house the end of August, beginning of September. And if this, I mean, this apparently is a risky loan that we're dealing with the buyer. And if he can't get stuff approved, then, you know, we need to get this house sold and we need to get it back on the market. And apparently some new selling laws go into effect the beginning of August that make it take a couple weeks longer to close on a loan and all this. So we'd really like to get it done before then. And it's been an absolute mess. And so this morning, and it's like continuous, like it's disrupting everything. Like we're constantly having to sign addendums and we're constantly having to get updates from the realtor. We're constantly having to make sure my son has care while we go to these closings that never end up happening, but we don't know until like the hour before. So we're getting off work and dealing with utilities and having to drag the lawnmower and everything back over there to do yard care. And we're just really fed up with it at this point. We're just ready to like, whatever, we're walking away from this and deal with somebody who's not a space cadet. This person that we sold the house to has been very difficult to deal with from day one. So, you know, we're pretty fed up with it. And we are pretty sure we're not going to close with this buyer at this point. Anyways, so all that aside, that's my rant. And of course, everybody in my life knows that this is going on. So every time we get the closing rescheduled, they're like, did you close? Did you close? Did you close? And I'm like, no. That's me texting, air texting. Anyways, so I had two people last night like texting me, did you close? And at that point, you're just like, people, you're just rubbing salt in the wound. You know what this is like? I don't even want to discuss it anymore. So yeah, there's my rant about my house. The new house is going great though. They have the drywall up and everything is progressing really nicely. We're going to be talking to landscaping people shortly and getting that all done. And so far we've gone a little bit over the predicted cost, but not much. So we're very happy with that. And the builder we're working with is great. And, you know, our realtor has been great. I feel a little bit bad because I'm like on him all the time about selling our old house, but he has been a great realtor. And so anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you got some great books this week. And I hopefully won't be ranting about house stuff much longer. I apologize, but it does make me feel a little bit better to like yell at the camera about it. So, you know, there's that. Other than that, yeah, that's it. It's my birthday on Saturday, so yay, I'll be older. Fun. We hope to go see Ant-Man. That's what I want to do for my birthday, is go see Ant-Man. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great week and see ya.